there! In this video, I want to talk about a really cool feature that's in the Nikon ZF and Z6 Mark III, and that's the ability to use subject tracking focus with manual focus lenses. That's right, you can get subject tracking using manual focus lenses. So as you can see me moving around here, the camera is tracking my eye really well, and you can also see that I am in manual focus. So this is really cool. Now I'm using the Nikon ZF and the Zeiss Classic 25mm f2. This is an EF mount lens that's being adapted. This lens does not have autofocus and the camera's not controlling the focus, but you are getting subject tracking, which is really cool. So I want to talk about how to set this up in your camera, why it's useful, and why I think it's so cool. But first of all, you're probably wondering why I'm outside, and that's because it's actually snowing, which is such a rare occurrence here in North Carolina. I had to go at least film outside while this is going on because that's pretty cool. All right, let me show you how to set this up inside the camera. So here we are inside the menu, and I'm in the video recording section, and this is where all the autofocus stuff is. The two first settings here don't matter for us. The focus mode, which I usually have on AFF, and the autofocus area mode, these aren't going to matter because we're actually not using autofocus. But the next two are the two things that we need to care about for this feature. So autofocus, manual focus, subject detection options. So if we come in here and we look at the subject detection options, I had it set to people because I was filming myself, but you can also choose animal, vehicle, airplanes, or you can put it on auto, which seems to work pretty well also, but I'm leaving it on people for right now. And then the next thing is the manual focus subject detection area. And this is the setting that you have to turn on to get this to work. So I have it set on all, and this is for the area, so it looks at the whole image. You can also select specifically a large wide area or a small wide area, or if you don't want this feature on and you just want to use manual focus without this tracking, or you just want to use peaking or nothing, just turn it to the manual focus subsection off. But like for this situation here, which I'm demonstrating, we're going to select all here, and that's what will enable it. So now that I showed you how to set this up in the camera, let me show you how it actually works. So when you're looking at your screen, you will see a green box when the subject is in focus, which you can see right here. And if you're out of focus, it will not be green. So if I move closer, I'm out of focus here in front of the plane of focus. And if I move backwards, you see I'm out of focus there. So when it lights up green, I am in focus. And it tracks really well. So as I slide sort of parallel to the camera, it should stay pretty much in focus. And that's awesome. Also, it tracks eyes left and right. So that's cool. And if you see that little triangle next to the box there, that will tell you that you can use the control in the back of the camera to switch between eyes or different subjects if there's multiple subjects in your shot. So let me show you how you would actually use this. So this is a focus assist tool. This does not actually focus your lens, but what you do is you'd set up in the camera which subject you're going to shoot, you set up your framing and all that stuff, and then you'll see the box show up on your subject, and then you focus the lens until it turns green. So let me move closer so I can show you how this works. So I'm out of focus here, and then I'm just going to focus the lens until the box lights up green. So I am in focus right there. So let me set this back here. So you can either adjust the focus till the light turns green, or you can move the camera or move your subject. So it works really well. So this is really helpful because most of us using manual focus lenses are using things like focus peaking or punching in on an image in the camera or using big monitors to get critical focus. This is another tool that aids us. And because there's different subject modes, a lot of different possibilities. So like I said, I am filming this on the ZF, and this does also work on the Z6III. As of right now, I tested this on my Z8, and that option is not in there. I don't know about the Z9. Hopefully they add this stuff to future firmware updates and stuff like that, because it is a really cool feature. I hope that they do that. And like I said, I'm filming this on the ZF with my Zeiss Classic 25mm f2 EF mount lens. And I'm using the Fringer, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm using that adapter. I'll leave the links for all the gear down below. They are affiliate links, and they do help me out, so I appreciate it if you go check those out. And I think your mileage may vary depending on which lens or adapter you're using. So this lens is completely manual focus, does not have any autofocus, but it does have electronic contacts because the camera does actually control the aperture. So you might have to have lenses and adapters that have electronic contacts for this to work. I'm not really sure. The only manual focus lenses that I currently have are a few Zeiss Classics, so I can't test this with other lenses and adapters and stuff. So like I said, your mileage may vary, but it does seem to work really well. I think this is a really cool feature, and I'd like to see this on a lot of other cameras because this is pretty sweet. So if you found value in this video, please consider hitting subscribe down below. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, it's pretty cold out here. I'm going inside.